we end up growing into the men who cannot recover from stuff like that. Right? And it's the unfortunate cycle we're trying to break now, because the vulnerability is being able to, in that moment, shed the tears, right? Without feeling that people think you are less of a man. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast,
Menisms.
My name is Muriel Gunkoya.
And I'm Mr. Mark K12.
And this is another episode of Menisms. So, how's your week been, guy?
Was chill, we're pretty chill.
Yeah? What did you get up to? Did you do anything special?
Nah, it was just one of those weeks. Still finding work. On the verge of getting a new one. So
that's good news. That's good news. Yeah, I think I also had a pretty chill week. Didn't have any special moments. Nah, it was just one of those normal weeks. The traffic experience this last week, though, because they're fixing the Lekki Expressway, and bro,
hey, I can't relate.
The traffic experience, I'll say, I think that's even why my week was quiet, because most of the days I just chose to sit at home, because I'm like, I'm not doing this for you guys. 3-4 hours of my life in traffic. It's not
traffic is the worst.
I'm not giving you guys that, right? But yeah, so there are a couple of things that happened in the last week. I don't even know which one to start with. Well, we can start with the Abuja elections. Again, there really isn't much to say. We're not a political podcast, guys. We say that every time. But these elections have shown us the sign of what to expect in 2027.
Yeah, but it's crazy how they're using the same template as back then.
It's
so bad that if you go on the website now, you see the paper or whatever with Tipex. Over the number of things, actual Tipex. Okay, you managed to ruin Tipex it or whatever, but someone took that picture like that and uploaded it online.
As in, they saw it, they said, "This is good. Let's give it to the public platform."
Where people can access. Like what?
I can't wrap my head around it. It's I can't. Whenever you talk about the conditions of this country, you just you find yourself in a place where the battle feels lost, but you want to keep fighting. But anyways. Again, this is awareness. The elections are coming. The general presidential elections and gubernatorial elections are going to come up in 2027. And
y'all go vote. I don't know how.
We need to sit up, guys. We need to sit up. No. We need to sit up. The country can't move on like this. We need to sit up. We are not. The country is not someone's birthright or property where they just do what they like. Okay. We need to sit up and we need to figure it out quickly. But moving on to other things.
Yo,
we also
I sent you a video.
Did
you see the BAFTAs awards?
Yeah, wait.
I didn't even watch the whole award show. That clip just came up online and I saw it afterwards.
Put it up.
And I sent it to you.
You know what, guys? Let's all watch this together.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making. We're here to
so someone shouted nigga bitch ass or some stuff like that.
Yeah.
And apparently, the person has Tourette's.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So the person has Tourette's. What's crazy is that that even happened when Michael B. Jordan and
the Royal, yeah.
Yes, were presenting an award.
The Royal.
What's crazy about this is the person that won Best Actor for that night, one of the most prestigious awards, was playing the guy that had the Tourette's syndrome.
I'm actually screaming.
That's what you used to win.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, cool. Moving on. So at least with that, we all know that yes, this person actually
really has
Tourette's, which is cool. Okay.
Was there a formal apology? Was there
no,
nothing?
So he can say that I'm blaming it on Tourette's, but you can't say sorry or something. I've not seen it. Maybe it has dropped now, or maybe when you guys are saying this, they would have dropped the apology. But till now,
So let's give some context here, and I think it's fair that people know. The BAFTA awards are not live shot, right? So
no. Apparently, they're not live shot.
They're
pre-recorded. I think 2 hours something delay.
So meaning that they had a chance to actually take that out.
Yeah, because at this point, man, I think it's just rage bait, man. Because some people came up, and when they did their step down speech, they did that whole free Gaza yans. It was cut. You didn't get seat. I didn't get seat. You get? It was cut. So meaning that y'all had the details there who are working. You get?
There was some sort of motive behind this.
If you could cut this What stops you from muting? Okay, let it be like people in the award show will say that I can't believe this guy is in the award show, but we don't have to know it.
Yeah.
You guys are the editors.
Exactly. You can say
You
that,
get-
okay, live there.
I would have literally been watching it and they'll do their thing here and we'll keep on pushing. And someone will say, I'll not be arguing you. You can't even make it easier. But nah, they're like, nah, leave it in. Oh, that's crazy.
It's
In
wild,
one part,
though.
that's
I'm not
crazy.
even
It's
sure
really
what
well.
to say,
Wait,
what to
another
say
thing
right
again,
now,
sorry,
but
about
yeah.
these Tourette's, because I literally asked them on my TikTok today.
Yeah.
So like, I know it's a medical this thing, but most of the people that have Tourette's that I see on my timeline
Yeah.
or any people that see Tourette's, why is it that they don't blurt out any other thing apart from
Slurs.
curses and slurs?
Well, actually, to be fair, not all. So I
no, I'm saying not all, but I'm saying the people that come up on my timeline, like I won't lie, most of them.
yeah, it's something to do with the condition. So it's tick based, and every tick that they have is tied to something. So it's either tied to one, what they are used to saying, or their surroundings, what they're surrounded by. Two, there's a lot of it that comes from the things they watch as well. So
Listen to.
yeah, so the
Fair
brain
enough.
picks up a lot of all those things that reoccur, and then that becomes your, you hear lots of people that have Tourette's say a lot of like popular catchphrases from things they watch. You see like how sometimes you have certain statements that are attributed to certain people. For example, if I say it's about to go down, everybody knows that I'm talking Kevin Hart, right? If I'm watching a lot of stuff that, has like a Kevin Hart intro, so to say, and he says that it's about to go down a lot, my ticks will pick up something like, I'll just be like this, I'm like, oh, and I'm like, it's about to go down type of situation, right? So, but everybody has their different conditions as to, and their severities. It's a very wide spectrum of, how
I was
people
just
go
wondering
through
because most of the ones that come up my timeline,
yeah,
it's just,
I agree with you.
it's like,
I don't think I've ever heard
you say
anyone
any
that
other
has-
thing. I think I've seen, no, there's only one person I've seen. He doesn't curse. He just has tics that he keeps on doing stuff.
I see.
There's one guy that cooks with his brother or something like that. It's funny. I won't lie. Like, like OCD, you can hit the pancake like one, hit the dough,
Oh,
hit the
shit.
dough
Are you
again. You're like,
serious?
hey, chill.
I haven't seen
Hit
that.
it again. So
I
I get that one is the tics, but
Yeah.
every time
Oh, so
learning how
it's a
slurs and stuff.
different-
But
yeah, it's a
well,
different-
yeah,
I see so many people too, and they both like male and female. There's a lot of like cursing involved. There's a lot of there is stuff like that, but I guess we don't really know. Maybe we'll get somebody medical on the podcast sometime to really give us like the lowdown of how like the Tourette syndrome works.
please, can
But
you guys
also-
jot this down? I swear,
Yeah.
I want to ask this question.
Yeah,
True.
please.
Thank you.
Let's note that down. But moving on to some more pressing issues that I think I find this a bit more pressing is now I know that you've seen content on Instagram or TikTok of Kata Efe Pella destroying stuff. Now, I've seen that, since he's been doing his Twitch streams and just streaming generally, his content, especially Kata Efe, both of them actually, it's been steered towards damaging stuff, like damaging things that are supposed to be valuable, right? Now, and I know people will come with the argument of, oh, but it's their life, it's their this. We fail to understand that it's not just their life. These are people that are, whether consciously or unconsciously, creating some sort of imagery like the things that should be valuable are not seen as valuable. You're addressing your audience, your target audience is the Nigerian crowd that the average person cannot even afford a tenth of most of the things you're destroying, right? But you're destroying it to them in their front, and it's giving them the money now water mindset for people who are struggling to capture their country back. And I think it's giving a bit of tone deaf. I saw this content recently where they were both, I think they got cars gifted to them by e-money,
So, see, that's
And-
where I was just going to jump
and
in.
they
That's
started damaging the cars.
when
to
I,
what
like,
end?
out of everything, that was what vexed me the most. Because, okay, cool. They got the cars, then they did their whole whatever they were doing. And people will say, that should come down, it's content. Why does your content have to revolve around destruction?
Why?
Why? Those are valuable. You got busted, tear rubber car. Where they break the glass, I see they see the nylon. Why? It is absolutely stupid to me.
It doesn't.
I'm not going to
what
lie. I
message?
don't rate that.
What
Exactly.
message
What
does it
message are you forwarding? What
Yes,
message are you
people
sending
people
to
would
the
say-
masses that are following you?
People would say, why does it need to pass a message? Don't you know that what you're doing is also passing a message?
I said, not even that. Okay, you know what? At this point, let's free the Kata Efe and the Pella. They are is they. Let me just say,
They've chosen the
he
niche of what they
has
decided.
seen that whatever for him to do, he needs all these shock value things. I guess
He
that's
needs to go
how
that
they want
extreme.
to create their own P.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Me, what's paining me is with
With content now.
no, what's paining me is what do you call it? Is the big boss in money. there. Do
See,
you know
me, I
why?
don't even
Because
know- I can't
because
understand how
like
they
a lot of
condone
people look
that.
up to you. A lot of me, if I look up to Ram. And I was like, everybody get that respect and everything. But why are you telling the other people, the masses or the other youths who are really grinding? This person came to your house, you gave him a car. They went and only God knows what they did. They destroyed this is the car that just left that same day or whether the next day. They've scattered the window, everything, destroyed the whole car for what? Nothing. Then they come back to you.
And you still
Then
give them
you
brand
now
new
give
ones
them again cars. What are you telling what are you telling? Like it's very like nah man. When I know the ginger all these stuff,
It's
man.
giving tone deaf.
Yeah, man. It doesn't make that's the part that didn't make sense to me at all. I wish when they went back there, it changed them for them, all those kind of thing like that. Let them know so that they but
what
you
that
just
would
go
have-
say, that's going, give him car.
Like and to me again,
Why?
I am very upset by it.
Ah, no,
I'm
that should pay
actually
me, man.
I'm
Like,
very upset by it.
I was just like,
I'm extremely upset by it. I can't even wrap my head around the fact that this is what we are promoting as success in our country. But hey, see again, you ask me, it's absolute rubbish.
and the sad part is that when you say anything or whatever, they start talking
There
about
are always
money.
people defending,
They
saying
start
you're a
going
hater.
into money. If you notice anybody they call out online, all these influencers, whatever,
The first thing
they
is,
start
but you
telling you
go fit
how
afford them.
they have money. Okay, bro, you have money, but you are still equally stupid. Let's like you understand.
Life does not revolve around having
yes,
money
you have
and not
money,
having
yes,
money.
but you're still dumb.
Life does not revolve
You
around
get?
having money and not having money. I don't know, and that's the message we keep passing across to the
Like
Nigerians of today.
any mumu if you get money. Like it's not don't make it seem as if it's like so actually me I won't lie that was it was a very
I couldn't even finish the video. I couldn't finish the video. 'cause I
okay,
was like,
okay,
yeah, there's no need.
On that same note now, on this same note about because these guys who are their most of their subscribers, it's not like youngins.
Yes, no.
A lot of
People
them
who
is-
are aspire, so they are all aspiring now to live a life like that.
Yeah, but a lot of them are youngins because it's mostly youngins that are on all these streaming and whatever platforms. So
Yeah, of course.
most of their followers are youngins.
Most of them.
Now this brings me back to the question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
What are the kids watching nowadays?
Honestly, if you ask me, like they say, who I go ask?
When I say kids, I'm not talking like toddlers.
Yeah.
Like,
We mean like
all
from
those
like
ones,
the 13,
they know
14,
they watch their
15,
Coco Lemon and Baby Shark. Okay, we get it. When from like
13, 14,
12,
15.
let's just say 12.
Yeah,
Well, by 12, you want the form, leave me alone. From 12 to like 16 is when they say, okay, rated 16, strong language violence. Okay, before 16, from that 12 to 15, before you can now say, okay, you're switching the channel to 16, whatever, rated strong language, whatever.
Yeah.
What are they watching? Because when I was coming up, I remember there was Cartoon Network. Even as I'm speaking to you now, Cartoon Network I shut down.
Yeah, it has.
There was Cartoon Network, but we were watching Courage the Cowardly Dog. Return
Of
the
course.
slab.
And Johnny
That
Bravo.
was and you didn't with me. Just all these memories are just coming.
Yeah.
Cartoons. I was watching. Okay, if I want to enter Disney, we watch them Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That time I don't even the old past with us.
Of course, yeah.
It was still going. There were so many shows and all these P. Like, what are they giving them now? Do you know why I'm asking this question? Because, bro, every Jane, Doe, John, every single person has a phone.
In fact, I'm not even just about having a phone. The way information gets to them.
No, I'm saying they have a phone, and guess what? They also have the internet. Every phone now is a smartphone. Every phone you can go on Instagram, you can go on TikTok.
Every phone.
So like, and me, I just scroll on IG.
Especially TikTok.
I scroll on
TikTok is
TikTok.
even the one that's-
No, I'm just saying I scroll on all these things, and most of these things work based on algorithm. Is whoever is holding that thing watches. So if that person scrolls now and the young guy or young and sees one big booty body, enters it and guess what's going to happen to his log
Big
line?
booty
It's big
body.
booty. So the man's like, what are they watching now? Because
Because the more they keep getting intoxicated by these kinds of content that will just keep you brain dead, because that's why I call them as content. I call them content that keep you brain dead. The more the algorithm will keep feeding you content that keeps you brain dead. Because we're now in a place where, and I'm sure you've been seeing a lot of posts now. You see, the way the timeline now works. You see, before, and we talk about it a lot. Instagram back then used to be like an app for pictures, right? An app for just want to take nice pictures, post nice pictures. What that meant was that you knew that the context of what you are seeing is pictures. You either like it or you don't, and you move on. If they do a video, it's still within the context of a good-looking video. You either like it or you don't. Now, it's content that draws in your emotions. You swipe now, you see a video that makes you angry. Literally 3 seconds later, you're swiping, you're crying. 3 seconds later, you're swiping, you're like, confused. I don't understand what's going on here. You swipe again, you're thinking about world problems. You swipe again, you're thinking about problems that don't even affect you in your own immediate environment. You're worried about another country's problems. You swipe again, you're not thinking about, why is humanity like this? start beginning, you're laughing. It kills the human attention span. So now, if you notice, people are a lot less patient to watch a 1 minute video. Because you're like, okay.
Because
Now they've even added the feature of double speed. Hold your phone down. You can watch it faster. Does it not? Look, again, I'm all for progress in technology, right? But like you just said, it brings the question of what exactly are we all watching? What are the kids watching?
No, forget us, because even with the content we see that we watch sometimes, that they say
it's troublesome. Yeah.
I'm like, what are the kids watching? Because
they don't have as much brain power to assimilate as we do.
Like we said, that year, parents will just put it, parental guardians lock, 16 and above.
You don't have any.
You're not
so you're already locked out from
any of that. You're already locked out from that. All you're seeing is the cartoon and the normal Disney Channel stuff. But now, everybody has a phone. Everybody is signed on to Netflix. Then the one person's account. Once you enter that account, nobody's using kids' accounts. Because kids' accounts are for the babies. Once you're like 10, you're not going to go to kids' account because you want to watch what? Stranger Things. Bro, I watched Stranger Things. I binged it like last week. Amazing show.
But there's a lot of shit in there that
it ain't for kids.
Should not be seeing. Yeah.
There is kids in it, but they were killing people. When I was telling my guy, I was like, bro, was this show for kids? He was like, oh no, it rated 16. I'm like, yeah, it's rated 16, but kids are going to watch this now. Why is it so big? Because there's no restriction or whatever. So
we're even going for, let's say it's rated 16, right? And your parents even like, restricted your Netflix somehow. You're still going to open Instagram and see clips.
That's what I'm saying.
Of your Stranger Things. In fact, if you want to, you can even watch the mini episodes.
Bro, trust me, man, it's crazy.
So,
bro, that year, when we were younger, as guys, I'm just gonna say this.
Yeah.
When we wanted to watch porn, it was a we went through hoops. So
Herculean task.
Herculean
task.
You just wanted to watch some porn when you were younger?
Herculean task. And you also had a time limit.
Bro, time limit. First is first. You get the CD first. Then when you're buying the CD, it takes you like 50 minutes. Why? Because other people are there and you're not about to ask for that CD when anybody is there. You're just there, just looking at the guy. You want to see what do you call it? Merlin season 1 to 2. No, you're not watching.
You're not watching.
You checked everything. You have Grey's Anatomy 1, 2, 5.
Please give me.
You should say complete. You ask all these questions.
Give me 24. You have 24.
24. You ask all these questions. They lie. Immediately that last person go. How far, bro?
What about Breaking Bad?
You get
you get out of that Breaking Bad.
The guy does bring out the stash. You select. You go.
Yeah.
You now reach home. That time it's only the TV in the parlor now. What TV they? Okay, now you wait till like 12:30. Everywhere the coast has to be clear. Then you now put the volume on like 2 or 3. See, in fact, it's just for this ear. This other ear is
listening to whoever is coming
for the surroundings because you don't want them to catch you, bro. Like the hoops we jump to just. But now this guy will just do this.
Let me even just tell you, right? I mean, I know that
it's like
Twitter tries to restrict content and stuff, but all you need to do is just. Have you not even seen the line between what is even porn and what is like allowable content? If you go on Instagram now, it's borderline. But like what do you mean? I have pasties on my nipple, so it's not naked. It's not naked. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about. Point here is that there's so much information that the teenagers now are assimilating that it just gets us worried, right? We have a long way to go.
I'm really curious, man. If anybody knows what do you call it, a show that they are watching now, just let me know. I'm curious. Just put it in the comments because I need to just know. Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Because I can name off the top, so many that we will watch. That's so Raven. Bro, we watched
There's
shows.
A whole lot. Hey Arnold, you watch a lot of SpongeBob.
Bro, we watched so many cartoons.
There were so many cartoons to watch. And that time, if you don't even give them local TV, you go to MITV, just know that Super Ted is about to show up.
Then Project Zeta.
See
that man of the future. There was so much. There were too many things. I was consuming so many cartoons. Like life was so good,
bro. That was when you look forward to a Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, back at my Mars, Street Sharks, no. It was amazing.
But now it's a lot more serious.
Now they wake up, they're scrolling on their phone.
The other day when I clocked that, as soon as I open my eyes, I actually have to pick up my phone first. Like, did I miss any call? Is there any message?
No, I try to just when I open my eyes, I was gonna drink water first before I touch my phone.
I've been trying that, but I still find myself on there, especially if like you do things that business-wise people have to message you. You pick up that phone, and let me tell you how it works. Unfortunately, I had to like tell myself that this was actually happening. I pick up my phone. Once I see that there's no missed call, there's no this. If I unlock my phone by accident, that's it. I'm already lost because you see, it's one thing to because I don't read all my DMs immediately. You will see that notification in the top right corner of your app.
23. Trying to cut it down.
You try to cut. You're like, what, the 20 what? Like, what do you mean? Why do I have so many? And then you want to open and see. Before you open and see, in fact, you open and see for DMs. The first thing that pops up on your TL, you'll be like, this video. I didn't know this person has. Before you know it,
one person will send you a DM. Is it real? You press it.
Once you open that reel,
you never know you've swiped.
You've gone
times,
7, 8 reels.
Then you now go back. Oh, I still have another one that you sent me. I need to,
so we're in this way. We're consuming so much, and we're so worried. If I'm having kids in this generation, it's one thing, man.
Because how do you want to keep them away from? Because you can't keep them away from.
You can't
from the technology. You
can't,
can't because that's where they were heading to. But how do you want to filter it? How do you? Because let me lie to you. You can't. It's a lie, bro. You cannot.
There's not. People keep saying that they have strategies. Were we not saying that we used to cut corners to still find a way to do those?
Do you understand? And that time they used to lock my this thing.
Now that not even just that, the kids are even smarter than you.
You don't even know the app they are using.
You don't know.
Like now,
you don't know. So you're just there like, I'll block your Instagram. I'm just looking at you like, okay.
No, you me that have a Finsta.
Or in fact, what I'm even saying, we're even talking about what's the name of the other accounts that I think ghost accounts. What's the name of that?
And Finsta now.
Yes,
Finsta.
exactly. And you're not there like, it's only because we are even really deep in the social media that we even know about like fake accounts and how someone can just open that to view things. Not even that you want to use so you can use a very strange name. Nobody is going to associate it to you at all, right? And that's just already one loop. You open it, you can even be on your friend's phone. Okay, my parents have blocked my Instagram. Okay, no problem. You open a new account somewhere else. You're not set up. You go set up now. Okay, no problem. And there's always loopholes. And our point is that we need to in the best we can do, within our own small ecosystems, just really try and set things straight. We're not even saying that kids should not assimilate stuff on social media, but we as adults know how damaging these things are. But it's because we have more mental grit to be able to say, okay, this thing, I've seen it, but I'm not going to do it like this. In their own case, they're just assimilating. They see things like, let me try that. And
yes,
before
man.
Somebody's in a mess.
Coming up, bro. Did they still even do Power Rangers?
So I think they do. I know there's some new ones now. I think they do. But again, the appeal is not like before.
Fair enough.
The youngins now.
All they are trying to look for is the streamers.
They don't know what it's like.
That's what they want to watch. They want to be
Blue Ranger, Red Ranger.
Bro. Small fin time.
What?
None of you held the watch and did this. You didn't.
Let them mistakenly purchase you a watch that can.
Nobody said pterodactyl. Tyrannosaurus.
What?
Stop now. Stop now. Like why?
So,
what's going on?
It's unfortunate, but yeah, we need to. It's all basically just a call out for awareness. Let's just all be on the lookout. There's a lot of dangerous information out there, especially on social media, that not everything needs to be assimilated by these teenagers. As much as we can filter that out, I think we should. Anyways, guys, we're going to jump right into today's dilemma. We have 2 dilemmas today, actually. So I'm going to read the first one. This says from Anonymous. It says, "Hey guys, how are you? Love the podcast. So I grew up in an environment like some other Nigerian homes where I was really shielded, especially when it came to being around boys." Okay, so I guess it's a girl that's sending this to us. Okay.
Female.
For context, I'm the first of 2 sisters. I was shy growing up, and I moved to a predominantly white neighborhood in the US when I was 10. So my interactions with boys/men were very limited. I've noticed this plays a big role in my life today as a young adult. I'm 25, by the way. Okay, so a full woman. When it comes to interacting with men, so let me read that again. I've noticed that this plays a big role in my life today as a young adult when it comes to interacting with men. Dating/talking to men isn't much of an issue, but it's hard to create an organic friendship. My question today is, how can I position myself, or what can I do to be able to start and build a good relationship/friendship with men, especially since I've been craving a brotherly role in my life? Thank you, and I'm looking forward to your response. It's a very tough one. Do you want to go first, or should I?
No, you go first. I'm still thinking like.
All right. First thing I'll say to this reader is there's no one rule to it. What I will say though is one quick hack is find people who are already in relationships. It doesn't completely keep you immune to the non-platonic stuff. They can still move to you even if they have partners, but it filters it, right? The chances of them moving to you or trying to change the terms from platonic friendship to something more is a lot less with people who are in a relationship or are married or whatever the case, right? Secondly, you can also, tactically brother zone them, by the kind of things you take to them. So, thing about men is we naturally like to be providers, protectors, advisors, wherever we can. If a younger girl comes and asks about certain issues regarding men, whether or not you're interested in that person in a certain way, you will always be willing to give, your own wisdom, so to say. So I'll say one tactic is to direct the things you're asking to this potential friend, direct them to things that, only a brother should be attending to, only somebody who cannot see you beyond friendship can attend to. You shouldn't ask questions like, so relationship questions are not bad, right? But there are certain relationship questions that make the guy feel like he has a chance with you. Then there's a way you would also talk to a guy that he just knows, even from the way you are talking to him, that one, she doesn't have any interest in me at all, right? And for every time you may see, because again, like I said, it doesn't completely take you out of the equation, but it reduces the chances. In the time where you see that guys are, he's trying to change the terms, keep it more stern. Like, ask certain things, or even remind him that, hey, you have a partner, we can't do that here. It's not there's no hard rule, because guys would always break. Let me just tell you, men, platonic relationships,
hard though for my gender.
We're not built. It's a lot of things. Guys who have sisters have a slightly higher chance because they have an idea of what it's like to have a female, somebody that you're not attracted to, right? People like me who were born into like only boys households, we struggle with understanding how it is to be platonic with even though, yes, of course, I have friends that, I don't see them beyond that friendship, right? But it's also a concept that if I find somebody who is attractive, it's hard for me to just keep them as friends.
Yeah, you always be...
Because there'll always be that, And that's because the concept of platonic friendships from little was not groomed as I grew up. I grew up around boys, and growing up around boys means that, the opposite sex is seen as something entirely different. Whereas growing up with sisters makes you feel that there are certain girls you can see, no matter how fine they are, as sisters, you get. So that's my own take on it. I think there's no hard rule. Men will always try to break that barrier. It's just now a case of, honestly, luck. Luck is good to help you and take you a long way. There's no real rule to how to navigate it, and I think that's where I can draw the line on that.
Yeah, I'm going to 100% agree with everything you said, because thinking about it, I can't really form any serious opinion on how to make you like get someone that's platonic, because
there's no real way.
And I'm not gonna talk nonsense.
Yeah,
I'd rather just
there's really
I don't know the hack or whatever.
Yeah,
but from what you said, kind of aligns it and helps. But me, I honestly don't really know the answer to that.
Men like women. That's like in fact, history has shown that you want to get to a man's weakest point, use a woman. So even if the approach is friendship, you would always see them drop their guard, soften their shoulders. And I think again, there's going to be a lot of luck, a lot of grace from God. Whichever God you serve, and there's just going to be a lot of that before you now are able to luckily find someone who can play that brother role that you said you're craving. So, but then again, we wish you all the best. And again, thank you again for being a part of this podcast. We're going to go into the next dilemma. This one says, I'm in a tough spot with my family and I could use some advice. 5 years ago, my dad abandoned my sister and me while we were abroad, leaving us stranded without any support, including for our tuition. Somehow, we managed to get by, but that's not the issue I'm dealing with today. Growing up, our dad always abused and made threats to kill my mom if she didn't leave the house, which is why we eventually left. Now, years later, my older sister, who lives in the UK, is planning to get married. However, her fiance's family is insisting that our dad be present before any wedding arrangements can be made. The problem is, our dad has blocked all contact with us, and my sister has no way to reach him. As an Igbo family, I understand the importance of having both parents involved in such ceremonies, but our situation makes it incredibly difficult. What should we do? You want to go first because you...
No, me on that, I'm just going to say the dad worked out the life now. He doesn't want any content or anything. So you can't force me to tell me. I'm going to tell you straight up. Popsy is not available. If they can't take that, man, bro, man,
You see this.
give me push. I won't lie, because like you say Popsy is not available. Like the stories that he was not been there, he left them since.
Yeah.
They've grown up, they've done everything. Now they want
Now it's
to
time
get
to get
married.
married.
Then you that didn't know how I grew up or my family, you're not telling me that, oh, my father must be here, if not, I'll marry your daughter. Well, so be it.
So you see, this is where I see.
That's where me I
This
just
is where I see
get.
we need to draw the lines between tradition and things that should progressive thinking, basically.
Like,
right?
make it make sense now.
Now, I have a very big problem with the guy she's choosing to marry because this dynamic. Again, this is me. This dynamic is
Okay, wait,
existing
sorry.
because-
It's the guy's parents that are asking. Okay, it's the girl that wrote in.
Yes.
So it's the
Her-
guy's
it's the
parents,
guy's
that
that are asking for
that.
their dad to be present. So the guys basically they're saying, okay, on our own side, our family is here, everything, but on your own side, your father is not present. We need your father to be here for this ceremony to move on. And I know that this is coming from the angle of Igbo culture, she being the woman.
Yeah, I get it, but what I'm trying to say is the same thing. Not everybody that has a father at the same time now. Someone can represent her.
That's where I'm getting at.
That's it. So it's a thing where if you've sorry.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
thing
it.
where if you've told them, like, this is my situation,
yes.
and with after giving you that situation,
They're
you're
still
still
insistent. Insist.
nah. Almost by tongue.
Don't kill me, man. Still insistent. Yeah.
You're still insistent that I must bring my father. That I
father,
told you that he's not in my life. We don't do that. I've grown up since I was. Is it 5? How
If
old
I
did she
consider
say?
him dead.
How did she
just
say? How did
consider
she
him
say? 5.
Yeah. No. She said.
When did they abandon them? How old?
I think at the age of 10.
10.
Yeah,
That's still
give or take.
10. So since 10, I've reached the age I want to marry. That's probably another 10 years I've gone by. Let's even add some years because let's just say you're 20, 25.
So
Because then
they didn't give any age. Just said 5 years ago.
I'm just saying. Wait, 5 years ago is when what?
Is when their father abandoned them in the UK, left them to do their own
Okay,
bidding.
okay.
So 5 years has
whatever.
passed, and he has
5
blocked
years
everybody
passed.
also.
He has blocked
yeah, so,
everybody.
yeah.
Zero communication. So I've told you this. If you've told your husband's people,
Yeah.
this is how it is, and they are still insistent on no, the farmer must come. Then I don't think they really want you to marry the guy. That's where me I'm coming from, because
It's just that simple.
if you have told them this is what it is, my father left us. It's been 5 years, no contact, no nothing. Then now I'm telling you that you say, oh, I must bring him. I don't know where to find him. He probably doesn't even know where I am. All those kind of things. Everybody's
doesn't
living
know
their
anything
separate
about
life.
your life, yeah.
Probably has another family that he's with somewhere. Then, okay. How does that conversation want to go?
You see, and this is why I keep saying now, and this I'll still bring it back again to the guy she's marrying. Sorry, call me a rebel, call me whatever. If I marry someone, right, but I know that my side of the family is bringing out the cultural parts where they are insisting on certain things that can't, be provided for. Me, I'll tell my people straight up that you people know. I'll go elope. See,
Fast.
You guys know me. All this your tradition nonsense.
It's one thing.
Remove
It's
it.
one thing if it's okay. People are telling me this person I'm marrying is something is different. Okay, I'll try and listen to you. Okay, maybe this person is not a good fit for you. I can't. It's more for something for me to listen.
But
when you're involved,
everything
say,
is set.
where's
It's
the
just
person's father that left? How's that your business? How's that our business?
And that's what I'm saying. That you see, to me, if the guy was insistent on them marrying regardless of all that rubbish, this wouldn't even be a thing to discuss, because it would be two things. Either they accept his terms as their son and say, look, hey, we understand. It's not even as if she's being irresponsible by not bringing him. Is that
representative? One uncle go there.
That man is basically dead to them. So if you're now in a place where that is what you're still insisting on, like I said, it's two things. Either one, I'm staying with them as the man that is trying to marry the babe. I'll tell them as my family that, hey guys, all this your tradition should remove it. You don't want to remove it, no problem. Me and my lovely wife, you go marry abroad, no worry.
You don't see picture.
That's all. Because if you think that this is what's going to stop me from spending the rest of my life with this person that I love, then hey,
you gotta be kidding
can
me.
it? Because I can't wrap my head around it. I like to experience logic. I don't have any major problem with certain traditions. But when they begin to defy basic human logic, I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. If I've explained to you that this man is not in our lives and you are insisting, you don't know. I'm telling you that somebody was trying to kill our mother.
What if
You
the
are
guy is
still
dead? Do you know?
No,
I've not spoken to this person since.
What if when it comes to the wedding, that kid he wants to kill, now you go start? No, but it's the truth because again, somebody has told you in your face that I'm going to kill you, and then you are still asking me to bring that person to my proximity. So again, I still think that the guy there plays a role where he should be insistent. And I think if he had created that security around this person that he's meant to marry, she won't be feeling like she's stuck in a place. So it's the guy's role, and I think it's also a very important thing. Now, don't get me wrong, guys can also be put in a box because where your family is the one in quote sponsoring the wedding, doing all that stuff, you don't have a lot of say, right? That's how Nigeria works. Unfortunately, you don't really have a lot of say because it will always fall back to, but we're the ones paying for the wedding, we're the ones doing this, which is why you find a lot of times where people just cut off from their family and do their own things, right? But in the event that he has full control, I'm sorry, but he should be the one providing that security for her and dealing with his own family on the inside. So that way he's letting her know that, look, I'm going to sort it out. You just sit back and just, I'll sort it out because these are my people and they need to understand that all these things they're doing, complete nonsense, you know. But what I will say is, yes, it's an unfortunate thing that you're going through. Sit down with your sister's husband. Let her as well sit down with him and let him explain, or rather be stern with his family if you guys really insist on, or you guys still really believe that you should get married. Or you can let the marriage just dissolve. Hey, again, you know, another thing I'll say is that if you already said that you're getting married to a problematic arrangement, hey, that might be your sign to just walk away if you think that that's the best way to go. But, you know, in the end, there's so many ways that this can be solved, and I think it's still well within control.
Yeah.
You guys can take advantage
The
of that.
representative can come through.
Yep, exactly. Because there are uncles,
Your uncles,
there's
yeah.
older brothers, there's people. I mean, there's so many people that
Anybody
you can
doesn't even
use
have to be
represent.
related to you. It just has to be the representative.
Exactly.
So it's,
Yeah.
it's
So, anyways, guys, that's it for today's dilemma. I think we have some games that we're supposed to have played, and
so I want to have a riddle. Speaking of riddles, the last
you guys
one.
and these riddles.
You guys came clutch. I saw the answers in the comments. You guys were right. Keyboard, you know, with the keys that can't open and a lot. Yeah. Then the one that you
I mean,
well,
he says that now this week, but
the
what
second
happened
one
last
was
week?
the second one was darkness. I thought I go tell them now. Me, I just doing it for, you know, so that you people will engage. It's a lie. Yo.
Okay. So we have 2 riddles to solve today. Honestly, Back of House told us that these riddles were going to be easy. And I'm going to fight somebody when this episode is done. You guys just bear in mind. I'm going to fight somebody when this episode is done. Okay, so the first riddle is, what is so fragile that saying its name breaks it? What is so fragile that when you say its name, it breaks it? Oh shit, actually, I think I know this one.
Break.
I think I know this one.
Yeah,
Wait,
say it.
let me see. When you say its name, it breaks it. When you say its name, it breaks it. I think I know this. Wow, for the first time, actually, I don't
Talk
click.
up now.
Oh, sorry. No, you're looking at me like, okay.
Okay.
Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Drum roll here. Silence?
Yeah, yes.
I
yes.
sabi book.
I
Don't say
knew
anything.
I'd heard this riddle before. But
I
my
sabi
brain
book.
was on.
As soon as I heard,
when you break it.
yes, I heard
You
break it.
say
I'm
it,
like,
you break it, yeah.
break the silence, Abi. Break the silence. But who says silence is not like a name? Because when you say the name, I'm like, say the name as how, like. But yeah, silence is the only thing. If I had missed that one, I had no clues, and I was coming for Damola. You guys should know that that's her name. Yes, I'm saying it on the episode now. I was going to come for her. Okay, guys. So we have a second riddle, and this one says, you see a boat filled with people, yet there isn't a single person on board.
I know it. It's a couple's cruise to the Bahamas. I got it, Abby.
When we were starting this journey this year, I knew that we were going to have some hiccups. I just didn't know it was going to be this.
Wait, am I wrong?
What do you mean, couples trip to the Bahamas?
A boat's filled with people and yet there's no single person on board. Everybody's in a relationship.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
A love boat. Love boats.
I got it, man. You guys should not even try it,
But
man.
which one be Bahamas?
Just add a fizzy now. Maybe the guys they go somewhere now. You get just one goes that Bahamas on a single. No, now the couple
I'm so dead.
move.
I'm so dead. But
I got it. So no need,
fair.
guys. We got the riddles today.
Yeah,
We're good.
fair
We're
enough,
good.
Fair enough.
We're good.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go into this week's topic. And actually, this week, guys, we're going to be talking about vulnerability. See, this topic is one that I actually find quite interesting. I know that people see it as like a solemn topic, sad stuff, but actually we can make this kind of fun. And before I start, let's even like kind of talk about what we mean by vulnerability, right? So we know that generally guys are always doing hard guy, right? It's always a thing where you don't want to come off, be represented as soft, weak, whatever the case, right? So I think how I'm going to start off this conversation is, can you think about one or two times where you could feel your weakness and you could also see that other people could see it? That is, maybe I should start with an example of mine, right?
Yeah, give me an example.
That gives
I have
you a
one.
bit
I
of
have one thing in my head, but I don't know if it rhymes with vulnerable. I will still talk
so,
sure.
so let me give you one example of one time where I felt my vulnerability and I also felt seen. So there was a time where, I'm trying to remember the full story. Just hold on a second. Okay, yes. Okay, good, yes. I don't even know why this story is funny, because I was in a lot of pain. There was a time I fell into the gutter. And falling into this gutter, so I was riding my bicycle with my brothers, right? And I think we were four. Of the four of us, there were two girls. Now these girls were not, and this I was maybe 11 or 12 around this time, years old. And you know when like the girls you're hanging out with are not necessarily girls that you're liking per se, but they're still girls. I mean, at that age, they were still girls. And in that moment, I wasn't looking, and I tried to like pull a stunt or so. I can't remember what it was, but I wasn't looking. And this was the time when, in this time, we are just moving to the neighborhood and the gutters were still dry. So, fortunately for me, well, no, this gutter had a little bit of something, right? Yeah, but fortunately for me, it wasn't a very deep one, but it still had something. I kid you not. I just tumbled. I didn't know what exactly happened, what I hit, but I just found myself tumbling and everything was just spinning. I was just inside the gutter. Now, in this very moment, when I tell you, I was trying to gather all the composure in this universe so that I can come out. So like, yeah, this is cool, guys.
Just get a dead off your shoulder.
School guys, nothing. Bro, I had the biggest bruise on my elbow. Like, I mean, this whole place was, what? Blood was gushing out because it was a concrete gutter. So I had scraped the edge of the gutters I was going in, So yeah, and those gutters are rough around the edges, it was a full thing. And it was one of those injuries that, when you first, it will be white first. That white, you just know, damn.
Because once it just drip down,
yeah, this is about to be painful as shit.
Your nails be doing like.
And this was also coupled with the fact that I had gutter water around me.
Yuck.
Everybody was asking me, "Oh, are you okay, bro?" I wanted to cry so bad. So I know that like one or two drops came out of my eyes, and then I heard one of the girls saying, "Oh, are you crying?" As I heard, "Are you crying?" I just no. What do you mean, crying? what are you talking about? I'm good. Like, oh, this, yeah. I didn't even know. I didn't even know I was injured.
It's
wow.
one teardrop here.
Like,
you don't keep it.
When I tell you I was in a ridiculous amount of pain. Luckily it was around our neighborhood, so my brother quickly went to call my dad, and they just tried to help me out, stuff like that. And he was going to start treating me there. I said, no, let's go.
You don't want to cry in front of the ladies.
You want to put some rubbing alcohol, some spirits in there. You think I'm going to chest that? I've done the chesting I can do for today. At least I held back some tears. If you take me in there and you see back then when they used to put iodine or like that, you already know. Or they will break a capsule into your wound.
Yeah, you go. That time maybe from a chemist.
And they knew the right thing. You would be in so much pain, but you had to just be a man. And you see, right then, I could feel the fact that I wanted to let it out, because letting it out would actually make me feel more relief than mustering, courage to be a hard guy. So it was later when they were done, I'll just go and cry in my room. Just go and cry. Especially if you do mistake and you hit that same hand or something, you just... So I'll say that that's one example of me not being able to be vulnerable, because there shouldn't have been anything wrong with crying. everybody can see you clearly fell into the gutter. I mean, allow me cry. I fell into the gutter. Allow me cry. You know.
I have something similar to that.
All right, what happened to you?
So it was in like when I was in secondary school.
Yeah.
Like my first semester or so.
Okay.
Term. So
First term,
I just
yeah.
entered secondary school. Sure. So like that time now, there's some girls in class that you don't play with. Like they don't play any of that shit, any of those games. Like you know that when we were still young, everybody used to do all those rough.
Yeah.
They don't
just know about that.
Don't do any of that shit. Don't come near me and think you're going to grease my ass, man. They don't play any of those games at all. We had one of those babes in our set. Like so, everybody just
hands off.
No,
Or at least just
that
arm's
kind
length,
of thing.
arm's length type of thing.
What
Yeah.
they did, bro. So one time they did this, guy, whatever, man, was in Olashere. When I was in Olashere, they used to do this thing called Olashere 8. So you run around the school, marathon type shit.
I
It
see,
was
okay.
big, so they
It's
just
like
do that
like
thing.
a
So,
course or something.
yeah, a course basically. So the people that could run will run, then every other student is outside just on the pavement, just watching the whole this thing, just seeing guys do their thing. And so, you know, when you're walking on pavement, you know the place that they open so that water can pass, or those lines, like you're walking on pavement, those drainage lines. Bro, I wasn't paying attention, talking or whatever, walking. Then my leg just entered that thing.
Ankle twisted already.
Calm down. If it was the ankle twisting, it would have been better. My leg fell in that thing. So in the process, I'm about to fall. Bro, I didn't look. I just stretched my hands out. And the first thing that stopped my fall was that babe's ass. Bruh. See, before I could say, oh, sorry, it was a mistake. Wait. Number one has entered. Before I could even process the first one, because it's like this, okay, this one don't go. If I could process what was going on here,
They say make you turn your other cheek.
the backhand return. Whoa, bro. I swear to God, she was coming for the third time's the charm. Bro, she was still coming for one more. And when I hold her hand, and I was like, chill now. Like, the mistake of this guy pee. Like, no fucking just pass. Then everybody around there who saw what happened, they were not telling her that, like, no, that it was a mistake. He fell. Even babes who were saying it. He fell everything. She now felt bad. But guess what? It has happened now. I don't chop the slap already.
Bro.
So, I don't know that. You know that.
You go, they hold back tears.
That your lip quiver. See.
Yeah,
Your,
not the lip quiver. Let me tell
see
you.
the way. Just
Oh my God.
see on this lip quiver up.
This lip quiver.
Just chesting it. Then everybody that be like, all the babes are like, oh, yeah.
Your eyes go on red, but
See, I did red, but do you know where it almost
Tears
fucked me
never
up?
come here. Yes, no.
Fifth night, Spinner came and said, oh, I'm so sorry. Everyone now saying, oh, sorry, yeah, sorry. Bro, I started
Look up, okay, you have to look
Then
up.
you just have to look up
Maybe
because
they blow the eye.
my eye was watering. Bro, that's what I just did. They breathe in, just the chest out because almost this tears, you're going back inside the duct.
And you know the thing is that at
Nah.
that point, you don't even know if you're crying for the slap, crying for the sorry,
Or crying for the shame,
Crying
bro.
for the
I don't
shame.
even know what bro.
crying for the ankle injury that you possibly may have had from putting your legs.
I wasn't feeling my ankles again. I was feeling emotional damage. Bruh. Nah. So, speaking of this, bro, I just watched your story and I was like, I think that one too classifies as being what?
You know the funny thing is that this we end up growing into the men who cannot recover from stuff like that, right? And it's the unfortunate cycle we're trying to break now, because the vulnerability is being able to, in that moment, shed the tears, right? Without feeling that people think you are less of a man. But the problem with that is, in our society, of course, we can't speak globally, but in Nigeria, crying is always attributed to weakness. So, and in a society where a man's value is attributed to strength, you now want to show signs of weakness. Now let's fast forward to adult versions of ourselves, right? And let me try and think of a version of where this test also came, and I also couldn't show the weakness. So I'm not somebody who cries, like, at all. Like, people who've seen me cry, a handful like this. And I, for example, I don't think my parents have ever seen like an adult version of me shedding tears. They've never. My siblings, neither. maybe just my brother after me. Maybe my brother after me, possibly. Because we have a lot of experience together. But other than that, no one else. Now, the last time I cried was in 2020. I lost my cousin, right? And I lost him to cancer. And this is somebody who we also lived in the same compound. So basically, I'm waking up out my window. I can see him passing by if possible. So when we did the actual burial, we had done the other things. They had we did the wake keep, did everything. When it was actually time to like put him in the grave, it now started dawning on me, because I already told myself that I'm not gonna. It now started dawning. I now started feeling like, oh shit, like for real, this guy when they come back again, no. And he was also like passing away with leaving like a wife and 3 children. Just a lot of things. I know, a younger cousin, like someone older than me, but a young enough cousin was just like in his early 40s. In that moment, so I even made sure that I wasn't going to go to the front. Like I was like, yeah, it's good. I'm good with viewing the casket drop from here. I'm not trying to go close to it or whatever. I could see everybody else shedding tears. Everybody was crying. Like the whole atmosphere. I could see my dad was there, my dad's sister, but people were just shedding tears. So everything happened, and this happened in the cemetery by Unilag. So as soon as the whole ceremony thing was done, I felt myself hold back some tears, while I was there. Bro, when I got to the car like this, everything just began to shut down. Which is like, hey. And it was the first time that I'd, let everything out like that in a while. As in, before 2020, I don't think maybe the last time I was like cried before that was maybe like 2012 or some shit, or 2011 or something like that, right? So everything was just coming out. But when I tell you that was one of the few moments where I could see that letting out the emotions was allowing me understand that I don't have to be strong 24/7 of my life. Part of strength is letting out this emotion, like letting it out in the way that society is telling me is too weak. Now, don't get me wrong. I still struggle every day with the concept of being able to express myself that way. Like something happens here now, you see me start crying. It can never happen. Do you understand? I'm still struggling with that, because there are some things that people would say I should have cried for. And I'm like, really, I don't. It's painful, yeah, but I'm not gonna cry. It's not gonna, like, I'm not gonna feel that way. But I've also got to realize that it's years and years of conforming to what society has told me, that men are just not allowed to cry. I mean, now they are saying men can cry, but people don't understand that it's not that easy.
You're right, man. I can hear some tragic news now. It won't make me want to shed it here.
Do you understand?
Like,
you'll be sad.
I think the only place you can come close is if it's my immediate family. But
yes.
other than that, bro, you'll be sad, yeah, same. But you see that crying. You know what makes me cry? Let me not even say cry. You know what makes me shed tears?
What's that? Don't tell me ask now, please, or anything funny.
No, I'm a sensitive guy normally. Okay. I feel like I'm a sensitive guy, because if not, I'll be able to tap into.
Because guys, they cry for football. If not, one, they're ready to cry.
I've wept for us now. Just free. Let's not talk that for now, please.
Fair enough.
As I was saying,
yeah,
you laugh me. People go laugh me, but America's Got Talent.
Okay, guys. So that brings us to the end of today's episode.
Wait, let me land. It's not just the show. It's the way they build up that thing. For example, now they'll just say, this man is just here. He has like 8 kids. 7 of them are adopted. When they give that their backstory stuff.
The angle.
Wait, you now. And after that, the person now comes, now performs. He's now good. Then, before they press that golden buzzer, you see that slow-mo, that shit enters. Okay. Then the song just comes in. Then all the family member runs on stage. Bruh, I'm just there like, get that shit, boy. You do it, man. Like, I swear. No, I shit you know. If you play, I can give you an episode. Just play it now, and I'm just watching it. You just see it. Watch, bro. Bro. When I said that to people, like, I'm like, nah, for real. Like, because I watch some movies. I can get emotional, but movies don't do it as much as, when it's like more real.
Yeah, it's more realistic.
I know, you guys are talking on my emotions. It is scripted. It is this. But like when you watch all these TikTok videos where they are going to one homeless person and they do one help them. See, when they put those background sound.
My own is when Simon starts crying.
Oh,
in America's Got Talent.
Simon.
Yes.
Did he cry?
Yeah, he has cried. See, that's what I'm telling you now. The one where I watched where he cried,
Bro.
that one moved me, man. I didn't cry, but I felt it.
I
felt it.
like slow motion.
There was one that I watched. There was one that I watched that, and I think it was a black guy that was rendering that song. Bro, someone cried to the point where he stood up and left. Like, it was a whole thing. They showed him backstage walking. Because, okay, yes, I remember what happened now. So I think he had just lost his mom. And the song that the person was rendering was his love song to his mom. Either a song that
she liked or something like that.
Yeah, a song that was meant to remind her that,
Bro, I can't lie, man. Even like I said, even though those talent, man, there's the way someone will sing, you just start shedding some tear.
See,
but I don't know if that's classified as being vulnerable. Or I don't really know, but I'm just saying that's tears know they come for person.
It does because vulnerability is just more basically wearing your emotions on your sleeve, expressing yourself in a way that has been deemed unexpressible or demonized in a way.
Like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, I'm scrolling on TikTok. Before you know it, I'm just watery-eyed. Just watching some emotional stuff. Then next thing, they just give her the car or the house. And just like, thanks, man. Man, you blessed in my life. Man. They're good people out there. I just say, man, there are good people out there. You understand?
Oh my god.
Nah, man, it's crazy.
This is wild. So I like this is a very healthy conversation actually, because see, the topic on vulnerability is one that men still struggle with. You hear a lot of guys say things like, how can I be washing my wife's pants? How can I be doing? There are levels to this where a man's ego is the block from him being vulnerable.
Well,
and society comes to stuff like that.
Society comes in the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We find it very hard to be vulnerable to the opposite sex.
I've just opened
that door. That's where you're heading to.
I've opened that door now.
Okay. Because as far as we were concerned, it is ammo.
Yeah, now we're getting to the
because you get, because it's like, not be saying everybody is doing, but from everything you've witnessed, you've seen, it's a cycle that.
Have you ever had any experience where somebody used the little weak, it could even be the smallest weakness, it could even be just you showing that you couldn't afford to buy food at a certain point?
No, I know what you mean. They've said something like that to me. Yeah, I've had that experience.
Give us an example of something you experienced that that this kind of made you feel like, yeah, in my life, I don't go ever vulnerability. I don't go for my life.
No, I won't. Let me not call it. I don't. The way from what you described, I don't know if I would say it is vulnerability, but I've had a case like that where someone were going back and forth and arguing. When it's part, we're arguing about something.
Of course. Yeah.
Then she pulls out I pay my rent wherever I live in, so and so. Like, I have 2 cars. Like, people that haven't talking to me, this is. And in my head, I'm like, okay.
Wait, sorry, hold on.
No, like, it was an argument about
I'm guessing it's an argument, but just about, it might not even be related to what she said, right? But her bringing that up is because she knows about either your financial status or she just knows about your living conditions. She knows about something.
No.
She knows about something that people don't know about. Like
fair enough. That's what I'm saying. That's what she was saying. She was trying to let me know that I'm not meant to be in this. Basically, you pass my level. I'm just looking like, okay, you pay your rent. Are you not an adult? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Telling me you have 2 cars. Okay, hey, good for you, man. This
is why people don't open up.
Bro, so do you know all I was thinking about there in that situation? I was like, thank God I don't tell this person anything. You say, you guys are going to don't drop like now, because this is not what you tell me now. You just use that and just
and then it even be, you mean that one I cannot even afford to put fuel in this car. And I'm like, I told you one day.
Said I'm down today. All of a sudden, I don't put fuel in my car.
I
be moving.
So and this is a very difficult aspect of the vulnerability part, right? Because regardless of how we look at it, a lot of men, maybe not all, but a lot of men also like to attain power. And by power, I don't mean power over people, just even power over your own life and power over yourself. They like to attain power and control so that they are impressive to the opposite sex. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. If I'm in a position where, I've made sure that there's a system that makes sure my rent is paid, right? I'm able to also, I have a nice car. I'm able to also, my life is sorted out. I'm in a good place, right? But I've had to also work very hard to get in that place and also maintain and sustain that lifestyle. A lot of times, guys attain that goal so that when they meet a girl, that is what their life is now. They're like, yeah, me? Oh, you have a nice car. I live in a nice house. Money, and it's not really a problem for me. Because your immediate goal was not to satisfy yourself, but to satisfy the opposite sex in the conditions that I should see me, I'm a big boy. The day you have your downtime, that will be the day that you understand that the goal should have been for you first. Because you see, the thing about navigating the opposite sex, especially for men, is that when you get to certain points that you think you've achieved what you've achieved based on a milestone that you set for yourself, you get there and it's not that impressive for the next person. In fact, now, okay, let's use real life scenarios, right? Let's say I buy myself a Toyota Camry. It could even be like a 2014, 2015. A nice looking car. Clean, everything. Looks good. Everywhere I go, respectable person. Then, I'm trying to like meet this girl, talk to her. I'm like, oh, hey, she looks good. And now I have confidence in myself because I pay my own rent, have a nice car. My job is decent. If she says she wants to go out to eat, I can take her out, stuff like that. And then maybe I see something like, oh, man, I remember back then when, things were really tough. I'm so glad that I'm able to come up. There's some days, I wouldn't even lie that even till now, there's some days that I might not be able to even afford to eat. But hey, we're looking up. And then she now uses something like, wait, I don't understand. Like, oh, so is that your small Camry that's making you feel like you've succeeded in life?
How's now?
Because you're not thinking to yourself that, wait, this was me even like trying to like be real and open with you that this is how my life has been up until now. Not even coming from a place of bragging per se, right? But just, even if as a guy you're coming from a place of bragging, she has just shattered any kind of vulnerability you've had because you found somebody that you thought you could be open with, like, oh, my life was rough before, but now she'll not come back and say, I don't understand. You that you were soaking Gary before, don't forget that you can go back to soaking Gary. Oh, it doesn't take too long for somebody to fall back into that kind of life. And you're like, but you wouldn't even have ever known about me soaking Gary if I didn't tell you this. So the point here is that there's a lot of times, and you're right, it's ammo, right? A lot of girls or women generally have used this as ammunition against men. So you find that, that's the concept of opening up, just forget it. Like,
Yeah, man, it's
don't
hard,
even
man.
involve me.
Pillow
Don't
talk.
involve me in it at all.
Sleep,
Don't
you know.
involve me in it at all. Don't
Yeah.
involve me in it at all because, you have cases too, even with your fellow guy. You think that your fellow guy, you can be vulnerable with your fellow guy.
Bro, like,
Next thing now, you cry in front of a guy. The next thing you hear is, this one where they cry for woman.
any group chat.
Come on, bro. Like, I came to you especially because I told you that this girl really hurt me. To the point that I shed tears self. You're not carrying it to group chat and say, guys, this one they cry for woman. No. You see, I know that we try to undertone things in jokes. But what you've done is you've just completely damaged that person. And even when he has a deeper problem that might actually break him mentally,
you never be like,
he has completely lost the solace that he had in you. Completely. And so now, you are now in a place where you, the person who's been neglected based on your vulnerability, you have nowhere to go to. Because you've tried the girl who you thought you liked. She used it against you. You've tried your guys who you're supposed to be close to. They've used it against you. Then we now try and go to family. Let's not even start with that one. Family, they would even wear that one on you. They'll wear it on their head as you. They'll say, this one. And that any small thing, if you woman break your heart, you go begin to cry. You mean I made a mistake by coming to you to tell you that my heart was broken? So, and it's an uneven balance, for the man-woman thing. Women are, of course, allowed to express themselves in ways that they are. But because society has told us that there's value in strength, every man wants to be the strongest. And because crying is a sign of weakness, not even just crying, lamenting, just, you even hear sometimes you say, why are you crying like a woman? Or why are you complaining like a woman?
Like, what?
I mean, those are very derogatory statements to make. But
Yeah, so I
again,
can't complain.
that's to let you know that the society is in a place where this has been attributed to weakness per se. You get, and now you're thinking about it and you're saying, okay, so where's the solution for us? How do we escape from this? Where do men have an outlet? Because the truth is, you see, the young teenagers that are growing up now, right? They grow up into a society, they are thinking to themselves that, oh, look, this society right now, all they want is a strong man, a strong man, a strong man. And you're now in a place where, look, this strong man situation, we can't continue to harbor this. How do we actually manage situations like that? And I think, honestly, we have to look at things from angles of, this is not so. It's not so easy to tackle. It's a big problem that we have to face, right? Because, like I said, even us as we are like this, we're in a place where that vulnerability thing, you're really not ready to open up to anybody like
Find it
that.
hard.
So it's really tough. It's a really tough one, and I would really like for the audience, whenever you guys are done, because again, they've told us we are out of time. Every day we're out of time. We have so
Already?
much to always say. Every day we're out of time.
we-
Every day
I
we're
wish I was out of time. Like, I was
Every
just
day,
getting into
every
the
day
seat.
we're out of time. But the thing is that it's an ongoing battle. Men are still every day trying to figure out how we can safely be vulnerable. But it's an ongoing problem, and even for us today, we still go through these same problems. Up until today, I still struggle to express the pain that I feel because I don't believe that there's any safe outlet. What men really want is just a safe outlet. If I know and I'm certain that this place I'm about to express myself is not going to be used against me at any point in time in my life, watch men be completely safe, right? And so, it's a call for us to just, always call out our close friends, make sure that they are not harboring things inside because they believe that we are not safe spaces. It's also our work to make sure, and this is by ours, I mean both men and women and the society as a whole, so make sure that the place is just enabling for men to be able to express themselves. There's nothing wrong with a man crying. There's nothing wrong with a man wailing in pain. If I break my leg and I'm screaming, don't tell me I'm screaming like a woman. What do you mean?
Exactly. It's
My
all
leg is broken.
My leg is not there again.
My leg is broken.
I'm allowed to be frightened.
Do you understand?
I'm allowed to shout. I'm allowed to shed tears. This shit
I'm allowed
hurts.
to shake and let me be convulsing.
But guess
at the
what? You
point-
see all these NBA athletes now or something, they just twist their ankle. They just like,
no, we good, we good.
oh God, I beg.
Bro, we're going far now. I broke my knee in 2021. When I tell you in my life, that is the most excruciating pain I have ever experienced. I don't think you understand. I tore my ACL, I tore my lateral meniscus, I tore my medial meniscus. Basically, my whole knee was gone.
Oh.
When I went to the surgeon, he said, bros, your whole knee is done. I mean, it's a sports injury. It's common amongst footballers. But this thing, only surgery will solve your problem. When I tell you that for the first 2 weeks, to take a bath, of course, I was in crutches. I was using crutches. I had my knee in a cast. I had my knee in a tightly wound bandages and a brace. At some point, I had to actually accept help. The first week, people, I had people who knew about to say, "Oh, let me just come to your house and take." I said, "No, I'm okay. I live alone, right?" And get this, it means that if any accident happens,
we did there for a while.
now me and the accident. And I say this because there was one time So the thing about crutches is also that you need to be careful that you don't land your. So at some point, I was trying to manage using one, right, so that I can also train the leg to start slowly, getting used to walking again. There was one day I was in the kitchen trying to prepare something to eat. And there was water on the floor, but I didn't know there was water on the floor.
You don't need cups.
So when I tried to place the crutch, just slid.
You've been hit by caca.
When you just lay on the floor, you can't scream, you can't cry, you can't shout. It's just but whose fault is it? Not your fault. They asked to help you. You said no. Now look at you, bachelor on the floor, broken knee. I was just like, wow, guys, this is me here. And I think at that point it dawned on me, and I said, who am I trying to impress? Who am I trying to impress at this point?
SOS,
please, someone help me, please. They didn't even need to tell me. I just texted her. See, if you have time tomorrow, you can just swing by. I know you said you've been trying to help. A lot of my friends even got upset with that because that's the thing about vulnerability as well, right? People who know and understand and are ready to be a safe space for you. It's also nice that they are able to understand that it's not easy for men to just easily accept that you're a safe space because people have said so that they're safe spaces just to turn around and be something else. So me going to my friends who had offered their help to me before, they will get upset because they're like, we're even trying to help you, you're not. But they don't understand that it's not me. It's an internal battle that every day I'm fighting. So after it dawned on me that, I could have actually died like this. And that's how I'll just go. Nobody knows anything. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I said, you know what? Actually, let me drop this guard. I don't need to be the strongest man in the world. All well and good. Let me accept some help. And that's when I said, okay, you know what? I know you said you were going to come by. If you're still interested in doing so, I wouldn't mind having you around a day or 2, or go and come back every. In fact, the crutches I was using was offered to me by one of my friends, and she told me, she said, "Oh, I have these crutches. If you don't mind." When I saw the message, I felt like I was already typing, "Oh no, it's cool, I'm fine." And at some point I was like, "What do you mean it's cool? You're fine? Do you have crutches?
You have crutches.
Do you have crutches? What are you talking about? You don't own any crutches. You're gonna have to buy a set. Somebody's giving it to you for free." I just said, "Actually, you know what? That would be very appreciated." And she actually brought it to my house because she saw my snap. She's like, "Oh my God, what happened to your knee?" She's like, "Oh yeah, this happened to me. I have the crutches I used from back then. Let me give it to you. I had an ankle injury then, but it's healed. I'm not using it anymore." Till today, I'm like, if I had used my macho and said, "Oh no, please don't give me this," I would be in so much soup. I would have had to buy
your new crutches again.
Do you understand? Because even to buy that one, well, am I going to ask somebody for help, or am I going to go by myself with my broken knee?
How you gonna do that?
So honestly, vulnerability is not something that you should see as a weakness. It's just something that your body tells you. It's a signal for your body telling you you need to accept help from other people. Just chill. You're not the only one.
Let the water roll down. It's okay.
You get. And till now, I still never cried throughout that whole. You get. I just mentioned, okay, I said, you know what? Okay, I've not reached the vulnerability.
I think
the crying
I
stage.
probably shed a tear yesterday. I was on TikTok post emotion.
Fair enough.
That's just my own, bro.
Fair
Nothing else. I don't know.
I have caught myself building up the tears sometimes, but I noticed that it only comes when. So say for example, I'm watching a post that's maybe talking about. You see how when you mentioned about like close family, and I get out losing close family, and maybe I'm watching a post where. Oh, you don't say, "Ah, man, this guy's dad is gone, man." As soon as I watch that, I'm like,
and I make it sad.
feeling
They always
this, I'm
pick one
feeling
sad
this.
song, then you just watch it.
But me, I still hold it in, I
drop
hold it
on-
in. Nothing is dropping.
on
Nothing.
teardrop, you know what I
Nothing.
mean?
As soon as I'm seeing anything, I'm just like, please, I'm like, dry. You don't need your shit.
Yeah, it's a bad bitch mode.
It's bad bitch mode. Like, I'd rather you catch me like this and say I'm feminine than the tears dropping. But anyway, yeah. So there's it's an ongoing battle, but again, guys, there's no need for you to always put up this tough wall, right? We're all going through stuff. We're all going through several things, and it's extremely important for us to know that for the people who are presenting themselves as safe spaces, we need to give them a chance. Yes, there are chances that we're going to get hurt by those people, but there are also chances that are going to help us out. So it's a 50-50. That's life. It's like saying because I'm going to get in a car accident, I should never drive. You get what I'm trying to say? So we'd always have to take those chances, and hopefully over time we're able to hack this vulnerability game that we're struggling to play. But until next time, guys, this has been a good episode, and you will catch us again next week. My name is Murewa Ogunkoya.
My name is Ishama K12.
And this is Menisms.
Wait.
Unfortunately, it's not Menisms. Okay, go on.
Before you guys leave, make sure to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe.
I've been in my vulnerability back.
Tell our friend, guys.
Yeah.
Menisms out.
Yep. Until next week, guys. Menisms.